Sunday. You're very welcome along to today's stream, where I attempt to fly the rotary things as we do some on-air missions, you see. The last time we took the old Alouette out for the blast, we couldn't figure out the weight and balance. So today, using a hammer, we'll try it again, you see. But anyway, how are yous? Sure, listen, right. I had a busy day yesterday. Yes, out and about, doing things mid-Christmas. We went to Eddie Rockets. I haven't been the same since. And that's been about it. Work continues on the USS Enterprise, the Lego version, which is huge. And what else? I spent most of today planning a planning day. But now you see, it's time for a bit of flying. And I thought we'd blow here in Shannon, because the weather it's either shocking cloudy or not too bad. So we're going to go with it. Live time? No, it's not live time. Live weather, yes. And the time is near 3 o'clock. Back, earlier today, which was an hour and a bit ago. It's 2 degrees. No, it's not. It's 5 degrees here in Tipperary. 5, Hence the woolliness. But yes, hope you're all keeping well. Do we know what day of the week it is at all? Do you know? Christmas does this to people. We don't know what's happening. Who are you? I don't know. Just food. Just gonna need more food. Nothing else is important. But anyway, that's what we're up against. So yeah, right, brilliant. Who's here? Look, as we start off our evening stream, we have a wild ups and down, Miss TPHI. Very welcome aboard.
Get a refund?
No, Takeoff. Captain Cocktail, hope you're well, buddy. Sunjammer's here. Welcome aboard. Quasar Core, 25 in a row. Thank you very, very much indeed. Vacuum is in the house. Good afternoon. Hope you're well. Top Gun Lenny, good to see you. Top Gun Glenny. I always say Lenny. I don't know why Glenny. Kill Switch, good evening. Mavacious is here. Fierce Wolf looking fierce. And Wolfie. Welcome aboard, man. Retriever Neil, good afternoon. Malky Mac is here. Welcome in. Colonel Fork. We're starting a Sunday stream while I'm awake and not in the middle of my night's rest. I could get used to this. Good to see you, Colonel Fork. Hope you're well, buddy. Lear. Top of the after. I'm not there. How are you? Hope you're keeping well. Lucky Bo is here. 10 months, man. Jesus. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cheers, buddy. Hayden, good to see you, Hayden. There are no refunds. Commander Balosh, a very happy Sunday to you. Tenured is here. Out here in the suburbs is... Out there in the suburbs. Evening all. What day is it? Right. We just don't know. Liptorius, hope all as well. The last Sunday of the year. Indeed it is. Apache, good to see you. The Impossible Face. Hello, Alouette. Wasn't there a song, Alouette? Alouette. Anyway, QC Frank, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Krabby One. Well, hello. Do you know what we watched the other night? We've been binging the movies now. It's what we do in the evening times. It's great. We watch movies. You see, films. What great movie. Then The Wolf of Wall Street, great movie. We watched. We saw the new. We actually both versions of the film. In the year 2000, Alec Baldwin did a movie called Nuremberg, all about the Nuremberg trials. And then, of course, we know that there's a brand new movie out starring Russell Crowe about Nuremberg. So we caught up on them. What else did we do? We were watching other things, just stuff and things, with loads of fun. QC Frank, thank you very much indeed. 32 months. Cheers, buddy. Very kind of you. Commander Balosh with 50 streams in a row. The man is a legend. Thank you very much indeed. Mavacious, good evening. Piku is in the house. That's what she said. Max Stallion, 295 streams in a row. What? 295? Jesus. Sunjammer says, when you nod your head, Murph, I'll hit it. Wait, what? Who? Damn it, Jim is here. How are you, Murph? Why didn't you two's lawyer make any money? All of his work was pro bono. Did you see what he did? But also, damn it, Jim, come on. Very good. Hope you're well. Happy Christmas, buddy. Stu Snape is here, 35 in a row. Happy whatever day this is. Right? Brilliant. Let me see now. I always get this name wrong. Amarlian, I think it is. Good morning or good evening. Happy whatever time of the day it is. Are we all confused with what day or time or... Do you know what I mean? It's all shagged. Soaring AJ. AJH, man. Hope you're well. Glenny says, London Controller always says Lenny. Also, my nickname is Glenny. Yeah, Glenny, it's a fierce, terrible... what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word we can put on this now. It is a terrible series of unfortunate events that from this day Yeah, we shall mention Top Gun Glennie. Glennie, yes, he's friends of Lenny, but he's not Lenny. No, he's Glennie. Right, we'll sort that out. We shall shout it on top of a mountain so people know. Paparazzi is here. Happy Christmas, buddy. Hope you're well. Idle Cut Off. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. Crafty Tigers. 13 months with Prime. Cheers, buddy. 13 months, eh? The Impossible Face says, I think The Godfather is on the telly later. Ooh. That was brilliant, wasn't it? You can't just watch one of them, though. You'd have to watch them all. Out of the 3 Godfathers, the trilogy, what would be your favourite? Welcome to the family. Right, brilliant. Great bit of TV, great movie. Greatest way to end the year is sharing the cheer with the one and only Murph. Thank you very much indeed. Let me see, some of us have to... some of us has been up most of the night trying to keep a blue beret on our heads between 2 cats. Wait, what? Right, look out for those cats. Right. Model Matson's going to be fun here with helicopters. I have the feeling this is going to be terrible. But let's see what happens. Now, let me see. Mrs. GPHI, ups and down on YouTube. You're very welcome in over there. Timothy McGee, Merry Christmas. Just got my Boeing 787 yoke. Ooh, nice. And you'll fly a Spitfire at Shannon. Yes, that's how we do it. Let me see. Mutt Dog, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Mr. TPHI, you're very welcome in. Hope all is well with you. Paul, a very good evening. Uniform Goose, good day, Goose. Welcome aboard, buddy. Dave Cleary, a legend, Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Welcome aboard, man. Let me see here now. The day that follows Saturday and comes before Sunday. Indeed. Derfast, welcome in. Hope you're well. Ryanair is here. Good to see you. Roll Tide UK is here. A very happy Sunday to you. Local Aviator, good day to you. Jim Bridgman. Hello, Jim. You're looking well. Wayland Danny. A very good evening to you, sir. Godfather movies. Once you think you're out, they'll pull you right back in. I see what you did there. Brilliant, though, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, right, let's see what happens. Pyrotech, good to see you. Martin Kerry Aviation. Martin, I haven't heard anything back in relation to Kerry. I am asking the questions, though. But we'll have to wait and see. But I am asking, don't you worry. Strap, very good day to you. Hope you're well. Neil says, model matching, yeah, great. Currently, I'm a TC6 Texan. Yeah, listen, right. The cats want to kill each other, you see. We don't wish the cats to kill each other. So at 4 a.m, the tabby one was booted out the door. Jeez, that sounds very, heightened awe of activity. Cats will rule the world. Or maybe they secretly do, We just haven't accepted it yet, but they will. But anyway, right, shall we get started, friends? We have some things to do and do stuff of things. So I'll press one of these, and let us ramble over. Captain Kenobi is in the house. Bonsoir, monsieur. Hope you are well. You're very welcome in, buddy. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. And, yeah. This is, without doubt, one of my favourite choppers in the sim. It's from Taog's Hangar, and it is that of the Alouette III. Now, the Irish Air Corps operated these machines for 40 years. Oh, there's someone in the car park, look. Operated these for over 40 years. And this is an exceptionally good helicopter. Do you know? We are the cat's pets. Indeed, we are. Toggle multiplayer, now you're a 208. It works. Yeah, brilliant. Right. With that said, here we are. And, we're on the ground here in Shannon. And it's going to be interesting using chase plane for helis. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing how this behaves. But I'm confident it'll do something, But what we're going to do, we're going to fire up OnAir, because when we last took on a couple of missions with OnAir, we were having some issues trying to change the weight of the Alouette, right? And since then, I believe it's fixed. Now, Murphy's Law, if for whatever reason it isn't fixed, well, we can still simulate the mission, you see? So let's see what happens here. So on the ground at Shannon, Echo India, November. And funny enough, the Air Corps actually, at some stage, they will be situated down this neck of the woods. I don't know, will it be a detachment or will it be the whole shebang? We don't know. But it's what's kind of coming in the future, you see. So we're going to ramble in here, and now I think I have this set up to explain. So we're going to go back into the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And we should be connected. Yes, we are. My company, dashboard, and let's go in and find some freelance jobs when it comes to our rescue missions, right? So it knows we're in an aircraft connected. Let me see. Detected aircraft, grand. So it knows we're in the Alouette. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at some of the different missions that we can do. And if we have a look around here, lads, well, we can get an idea of what's available. So we have search and rescue. And how these would work, you can have a search perimeter area, a known area, or it could be a like a car accident or something where it's going to bring you in towards the main road, right? Captain Kenobi, thank you very much indeed. 3 months, sir. Thank you very, very much indeed. The man is a legend. Merci. What a kind person. So this mission, you'll see the different types, right? So when we look at it, we can hover over them. Right, so this one here is a road rescue mission, which is relatively straightforward, i.e. we have the exact position. Grand. The next one might be an off-road rescue mission with a precise location. Think of mountain rescue, that kind of stuff. Then we would have an off-road rescue mission needing search. So they're roughly in an area that we need to go off and figure it all out, right? Then we have some at sea, rescue mission at sea needing a search. And there are a few of those. So we don't have any fixed locations at sea. We'd rarely get that, right? So they give you some sort of searching coordinates, right? Now we do have a mission taking us down here. Well, where is this one? Let's have a look and try and find this gadget. He's down by, he's out by the bed. Well, that's not too bad, actually. Although they're out to sea a good bit. That's out over the cliffs of Moher. This one down here is down kind of, Janie then, that's kind of Dingle, Furby neck of the woods, isn't it? He's somewhere in the bay out there. We could... You see, the issue with the sea, well, it's not an issue. They become a little bit difficult. So what we might do, let me see. We might do. This is a nice jog now out to Kerry, incident search area. Let's find out what the situation is. So one passenger, all right, and let me see. Distance 64 nautical miles. So 64 nautical miles. That'll take us about 50 minutes to get out there. Then we'd have to do a search of the incident site, and then depending on what we need to do, bring them to a hospital or bring them directly back to us or to the closest airport. Now, we could find out we can bring them back as far as Kerry Airport, which is just down the road there. This other one, which is considerably shorter, if we have a look at the distance, this one being 127, this one being almost half, right? This one is out to sea. This is 4 passengers. 4 passengers who are out at sea, lads. Now, in terms of where we're flying, it's not too bad because we're not over the sea for an awful long time, right? We're going to be that looks to be Kilkee neck of the woods. I'll double check that on the map, but it looks like Kilkee. And if we fly out, it looks like Kilkee, doesn't it? I think it is. How I'll know it? Yeah, there's the golf course. You can walk up by the cliffs, and further up this way. Then, sure, haven't you got Trump's Hotel and all that jazz? Look, yeah. Right, so we might do this one out to Kilkee, all right? So we're going to select this as a mission. 4 passengers in an Alouette with a crew on board. Wait now, what can we... We've 2, and then we've 3 in the back plus 1 in the front, right? But ideally, no, you wouldn't. You're right. You'd be actually your pilot, your co-pilot, and probably winch operator, right? And a diver. So it's really only suited for 2. Really only suited for 2. Although technically speaking, in the sim, the Alouette can hold 4. Technically, there's 4 seats, 3 in the back, 1 in the front, plus your pilot. You know what I mean? So yeah, we could do it that way. We won't necessarily see them. The weight is going to be interesting. The weight is going to be very interesting. 350 kilos loaded in. We'll give it a bash and see what happens, right? Be grand. We'll just hop in there beside each other. Chocks, good afternoon. Someone talked me out of ordering a Chinese. Chocks, don't order a Chinese. Did it work? Did it work? Right, so let's have a look here. We're going to fill our tanks here 80% across because I want to be careful of our weight and balance. Alternate, I'm going to put this one in for Kerry, which is a little bit closer. And we're going to validate our fuel for this one. So hopefully this is all going to work. Now, our UTC offset, let me see. We're going to go to 1439 in the sim, a little bit earlier, right? Boots out the crew, yeah, 100%. What could possibly go wrong? Many things, you know. Sky Vagrant, good to see you. Malky's getting a Chinese as well, jeez. So if I click fly now, everything now is all gone tickety bit fuel. Right, so auto set. It says disabled. So it's not liking our fuel here for some reason. So it won't allow me set payload or fuel. See this? Is this going to be a problem? I don't think so. I think once I can do this from within the sim itself, we should be all right. So if we open up our flight performance and our weight and balance, and we're going to set our fuel, and we're going to call this 80%, right? And we're going to load this into the aircraft. And now if we bring OnAir back into the equation, it's now giving us a green light to say, yeah, you're good. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. We're going to start tracking. Boop, boop. Give it a moment now to see what happens. All right. Hey, Big Alice here. Good to see you, buddy. John, welcome in. You have to set the fuel in the sim. Yeah, steak and chips. Jesus. I wish I could order Chinese now, right? Everyone wants Chinese. Whoa, pull up the handbrake. What are you going to get out of the Chinese chocks? I mean, this is where, you know, where we're going. We don't need fuel. Pyrotech, welcome in. All right, so we gotta be careful because we have a time limit on this, and then we have our search grid area, roughly 4 nautical miles squares. So keep this on the screen and let's see what happens. So with the aircraft now loaded, ready to rock, it is time to start putting this machine into action. Start off with the battery, instrument lights, turn them on. Cabin lights, we'll probably need them. Let's just double check our controls are set, which they are. That looks good to me. We continue on, leave the generator off, instruments coming on, gyro, collision lights, position lights, lights on at the front. So all our lights are now operational. We shall double check, fuel valve is open, booster pump is set to on, starter motor engage. Up you go. Reset our barrel, reset direction. And we're going to wait for the RPM to start rising here.
Rescue mission has started. Fly to the incident location, board the passenger, and fly back within the time limit.
Roger. Okay, so power's coming in. The sound of this machine is starting up. We will get rotation of the rotors here now in a moment. Fuel flow coming in. Oh yeah, surrounded with TBMs and things that aren't choppers. Nice. Great sounding machine. All right, quick check here now. So at this stage, starter disengaged, booster pump coming off. Our avionics are already on. We'll now turn on our generator. We're looking good there. Landing light is already on. Quick look here on our map. Let's go menu, north up. Oh no, we want heading up, don't we? I'm a north up kind of guy. So we're going to be heading out here on a heading 270. We're pretty much straight out from here, right? 270 degrees. So while we're here, disengage the parking brake. Is that the parking brake? Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do here, quick look around. We're looking good. Do we have head tracking? We should have. We have. It's just brought us back into our seat quite a bit. Right, leave that divil there, so. All right, this'll do. So, bit of collective coming in. We'll watch the old anti-torque pedals. And let's see what happens here, friends. We're picking up some dust. Let the wind catch us a little bit. Alright. Tiny bit more collective. Alright, keep her moving up. Mac Vision, good to see you. Murph, how is my model matching better than yours? I've no idea. Now I'm using like the basic stuff, but like, yeah man, model matching is just what in the name of all, do you know? So we want a heading of roughly 270, so we'll worry about that in a minute. Airborne, it's logged, and we're going to start moving out to where we need to get to. Alright, let's see what happens. Adam B. Twitch, thank you very much indeed. 21 months. Cheers, buddy. Alright, so straight across the L ramp we go. as we leave Shannon Airport, which I have to say looks very pretty. We're going to head down the Shannon estuary, and we're expecting there's a lot of ships here as well with global shipping. So let's see what happens. And as I say, we want to be on a heading of 270, which is kind of pretty much straight out. Alright, speed is looking good, vertical speed is looking good. Get ourselves on course here. And as I say, we've tons of shipping. Heisenberg, a very good afternoon. Waves to Foynes. Ooh, Foynes is deadly. The Flying Boat Museum. Alright, so as we're kind of chopping along here, let's have a quick look. We're going to trim ourselves out so everything's doing what we expect it to do. Which is roughly there. Watch our vertical speed as we're doing this. And our forward momentum, it's in kilometers an hour on this thing, so we should be able to move happily at around kind of 180. Anything faster will start upsetting the laws of physics, but we should be alright doing what we're doing. So we're very much on mission, heading out by the estuary. Alright. And we do have some choppers which is nice. What machine is that? There goes Kill Switch. Right, we seem to be doing something right, lads. So as we're expecting a rough heading of 270 degrees, now we're going to be entering a search pattern or a search area, right? And there are subtle differences. With OnAir, you can kind of get the idea of the different missions that you can do, and they will inject the traffic, right? They'll put the objects in there that you need. It's also very similar, yet different than what you'd have on Say Intentions. Say Intentions is more of a live environment whereby, you know, you're talking to your sky ops, they're giving you the coordinates, you can ask your crew questions, but there is a way to kind of interlock everything and make them work together. Unsure does it work for these missions, but let's see what happens. Sky Vagrant says, are you happy with the added sea traffic performance? Yeah. There's relatively no FPS hit, and considering in the sim, I told the simulator turn off sea traffic, and we have like loads of vessels being populated here by seafront simulations. It's very, very good. Chalk says, how is everyone getting on with Chase Plane so far? I didn't have it until the 2024 version. It's been a bit tricky, but you're happy with it? Dude, it's awesome. D-Doom, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Chase Plane has made such an incredible difference, you know, to Microsoft Flight Sim. It's class, man. It's class. Alright, speed is looking good. We're still climbing here, so to counter that, if we ease off a little bit of collective, and just give ourselves a teeny tiny bit of trim, we're going to try and maintain our speed and our altitude. It looks great for sure. Going to pull the wallet. Dude, it's very good. Let me say, Ian, good to see you, buddy. My PC specs. If you put in exclamation specs, they'll give you the full rundown. It's a 5090 with a 9800 X3D CPU. Oh, look at that. Hey, Colonel Fork! Now, Colonel Fork, what are you flying? Are you in an ATR? I doubt he's in an ATR. He's going to say stupid model matching. Do you know? Kubi, good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well in Montana. Right, we're heading out to sea-ish. You're in the MH60. Like, why isn't the MH60 loading in? You know what I mean? Like, I have the MH60. I'll reset the multiplayer stuff again, lads, because it's silly, like, isn't it? So, well, not flight model. Jesus. So we're going to go into multiplayer and turn it off. Then we're going to turn it back on again. And I'm going to take it off, simplified, and stick it onto high fidelity. And let's see what happens here, right? Viper Strike, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for the raid, buddy. Hope you had a great stream. Murph, I'm no coder. How did you get flow configured to your liking? There's no easy way to say this, but if you just kind of press and hold the button and then tell it what it is you want it to be, if that makes sense, do you know? Jesus, no, oh wait, I can see Colonel Fork. Oh look, there he is, it worked! Colonel Fork, it worked! The US Coast Guard are miles from home, but you're listening. This is where they do the training. You were flying the NX Cub. Oh, nice. Acadia, beautiful, man. Fuck you, welcome in. Took you 3 attempts. It's mad, Neil, isn't it? Alright. We're well, I want to say we're well on our way. Now, an advantage here is, lads, of course, with Navigraph, them having added all these EU charts, which for VF4, ain't just incredible, right? Just incredible. So if I go into Rogers data, there's Mud Dog in a very loud plane. And if I turn on some of this stuff on our charts, so that's a flight we're doing next Friday. If we just go in here and look at the map, here we go. So Gordlas Lock, but we're heading out this way. Calimer is the power station, right? And we're pretty much going to be heading out this way. It's Kilkee is what we're headed for. Now, Loop Head is a decent waypoint or a visual reference point. There's a lighthouse down at Loop Head, but effectively we want to be at, it's Kilkee we're going for, right? So we need to stay right, of course, of the power plant at Kilrush.
Hello there.
And then we want to be heading up towards Kilkee. You know, JT from Sky Blue Radio. Good to see you, man. Happy Christmas. Do the wipers work? They do. They certainly do. Right, get yourself back on track here. We were kind of drifting off there a little bit. Easy now. Captain Hook. Murph, you can make it easier for yourself with a Navigraph hub. You can add the Navigraph window into the overhead menu. Yeah, but I tend to prefer keeping Navigraph separate, do you know? For whatever reason, I never really bothered using it in the hub. I like using the app itself. I don't know what it is. Mainly, I'll use this prior to loading in a flight, and usually after it as well if I'm trying to do a debrief and if I'm flight planning, do you know? Right, what's your altitude here now? Because, well, you can see the weather's starting to take a bit of a turn, isn't it? So let's see how we get on here now. And we're probably 20 minutes out, roughly. I use VR. VR, yeah, makes total sense then. Yeah, if you're in VR, 100%. Paul is the same, but he keeps on another screen. Yeah. Well, like, I'm still messing around with, whatchamacallit, with Garmin Pilot. But like, you're very limited using Garmin Pilot outside of the US because they only use it for the US, right? But effectively, like, it's handy, do you know? Plus, it gives me good ideas that I can kind of feed back to Navigraph and say, hey, this thing would be great, you know, if you were to use it. Because a lot of people would be more familiar with the likes of, say, what's it called? ForeFlight. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Am I going to Expo next year? Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That is the plan. I have the work laptop next to the PC main screen, so Navigraph is on the laptop. Yeah, that's handy. Oh, you're going to be there. JT, nice, man, nice. Rumour has it there's going to be beer. Yes. Alright. We got some information. You can see the speed of this chopper, like, it ain't the fastest in the world. But isn't it cool looking? You fear no beer? Nice. Man, I gotta say, Taog's Hangar, they make some of the best choppers in the sim. They really, really do. Alright, I think I can kind of make out Kilkee there ahead of us. That's probably Kilrush, and Kilkee is down here. But we're cruising nicely. Beautiful time of the day. Look at this, lads. Jesus, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The Sea King will be fantastic. It just will. Perhaps the best chopper in the sim. He's working on the Dauphin. And I'm very excited to fly that machine. Very excited to fly a Dauphin. And of course the Sea King. Do you know? The Alouette, very forgiving. 'Tis. Great views. Like, insane visibility. There's lots of kills to see. Oh yeah, we like to kill things over here, you know. In fact, there's a place called Kill. Doesn't have a high murder rate, but right, it's the thought that counts, you know. All right. Colonel Fork's ahead of us. Looking good, man. There's kill switch. So we're cruising along just shy of 3,000 feet. We are too high. Like, we want to be down a good deal lower. And looking out to the sea, there is a cloud layer, so we want to be dropping down a little bit, you know. For ops like this, would you be fair? OnAir say intentions, the Miltech mission hub or high performance mission system. So each of them are very good in their own way, right? Say Intentions gives you the option to keep that interactiveness and really expand it. You can talk to ATC, you talk to SkyOps, you talk to your crew. They'll inject the objects and the scenery. You know, they can fire flares and all this kind of jazz. It's very, very good. OnAir is able to inject the scenery, inject the objects, and it does a great job at tracking your flight. Meaning after the flight, you can really kind of go in and say, that's where this happened, that's where that didn't happen, and so on. The Miltech Mission Hub, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, that's basically a sandbox mode for you to do pretty much what it is you'd like, including moving what assets you want where. I think that's brilliant. The high performance one, meh. It was great when it first came out. I mean, it still works, but yeah. Toto was here. Good to see you, buddy. Lurking this evening. Don't mind me. Good to see you, buddy. Rumour that Miltech are also making a Sea King. Ooh, Mart. Interesting. US Coast Guard, specifically from the US Coast Guard Air Station, Traverse City. Ooh. MI? Minneapolis? Right. There's a weather change. Now it's looking gorgeous. Michigan. Sorry. He's like, what did you say? Minneapolis? No, listen. Minneapolis is Minnesota, isn't it? Alright, listen, you know. Here we are in the County Clare. It's a long, long way from here to there. We're about to fly over Kilkee. Have you tried the random and anywhere mission from the high performance group one? Yeah, I've given it a go. Like, watch your speed. What Say Intentions have done now with the new, the board, SkyOps mission board, that's very good. You can create the entire backstory to what it is you're doing, which is class. You can name the characters, name the situation, give context to it, and it'll remember all of those things. It's very good. I'm surprised you said high performance group missions are meh, considering random and everywhere is by far the best search and rescue and HEMS mission in the sim. I disagree, Martz, and I don't think it's the best. For a long time it was the only option you had, but like, if you look at what Say Intentions on OnAir do, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad though. Striker, good to see you. Have you ever flown this in the Alps? I have. Casey Wingboy, good to see it. Like, go back maybe 12 months and I'd say, yeah, the high performance group stuff was excellent. It's still good, it works. The problem with high performance group is their aircraft all need an update and they've internal issues, which is not good. So I'd be a little bit worried, do you know? Like the H160, that badly needs an update. The 145, so, you know? It gives you medical information for the casualties, plus you don't know what you're getting. Say Intentions can do that. I think, like, it all depends on, you know, what you're after, what you want to fly, what experience do you want to get. Do you know what I mean? I'm flying a Say Intentions one right now. It seems pretty buggy and not spawned in scenery. To be honest, with the say intention stuff for search and rescue, I've never had an issue. It loads in the scenery. I mean, you can get them to launch flares. It's interactive. You can ask, wait, what happened? What are the injuries? Do you know what I mean? I'll look back into the RNA stuff though, for sure. Like, what I absolutely love, I love the fact that we have this sort of content now in the sim. I mean, this is brilliant. They give you loads of reasons to fly. I mean, especially if you want to do...
Search zone. Start a search pattern in the eliminated area to find...
That's on air telling me to start a search pattern. Right. So get our... well, our altitude is pretty good here. So what we're looking for is a boat. So we need to be searching for a boat. So we're going to fly directly to the last known position and then see what the story is now. Goblin Zeus, good to see you. But yeah, man, I mean, I think it's just utterly fantastic that we have all of these options now when we want to, you know, when we want to do flying. A boat, you say? On the water? Yes, I believe so. I believe it is a boat on the water, Colonel Fork. I mean, what I'm really looking forward to is having multiplayer missions like this, that everyone is now part of it. That's the next kind of piece of the jigsaw we need to figure out. You know what I mean? Search and rescue with single engines is sketch. Not really sketch. More so at sea. I mean, the Irish Air Corps did these. The Alouette mainly used for kind of inland, but it did some seaborne stuff as well. Yeah, it's kind of nuts, isn't it? I mean, they were certainly up against it. Alright. So a search pattern is needed, and we're also going to have to get an idea of what way that wind is blowing. Because if they are adrift, we'll need to try and figure that one out. So, let's see what we can do here. We don't want to be too low, but we don't want to be too high that we'll go over it. The wind is actually blowing away from my position, meaning that we have a tailwind, which would be a good indication from their last known position. They actually could be getting pushed out to sea. You know? Standing next to 202 at UAS, I wouldn't want to wind chops in it. 202 actually was put down at a wedding. I think she hit auto rotation and it went for a splash. Alright, we'll keep our eyes out. We haven't hit the last known location yet. We've just started into this area, and we're basing this assumption on they are adrift. And if that is the case, well, the wind is blowing from the east out to the west, right? $80-odd degrees at 13 knots. So it's going to be pushing them due west. P.S. Miranda, hello there. Welcome in, buddy. So, we'll see what we can do. As I said, we're going to fly straight to their last known coordinates, and we keep an eye out from there. Keep your eyes peeled now, do you know, the stuff with the thing and the stuff, as we play a little bit of music, you know, to make the thing all be Janie then. Alright. Can we locate them? Doesn't look right. have spotted a little boat. There she be, friends. Easy now, Jemima. Easy now. We have located a boat. Excellent. So they've actually drifted. They haven't drifted much at all. Right, Winchman, do your thing. And let's try and get a little bit closer here. We've got tons of aircraft in the area. This is awesome. A rescue mission to beat all the rescue missions. All right, let's get a little bit closer. Ease up on the controls here. Now I think I can do this correctly. Let's see here now. There we go. There's our Mr. Man. Now OnAir will want us to be a little bit oh, look at that beautiful livery. Look at that, Sierra Alpha Mike. Jeez, it's a beautiful chopper. Right, we're going to try and get in a little bit closer here. Gil, good to see you, buddy. All right, easy now. Okay, so we want to be hanging around this location. Easy. So according to OnAir, we are close enough. It's now deploying. Let's see, can we get a little bit closer? That's cool the way it injects the scenery. Deadly, isn't it? Watch out for the white shark. So with OnAir, you kind of have to stay relatively static inside an area. Oh no, Dublin 18! Jesus, we need more rescue aircraft! He's had a terrible doing! Jesus! Right, easy now. Okay, seems to be happy. Okay, let's just double check. So, it says your 4 passengers have been rescued. Head now to the nearest airport, land and shut down. It's going to bring us to Spanish Point, 20 miles away. Echo India Sierra Papa. Let's have a look. Echo India Sierra Papa. Nope. So Spanish Point, there it is. Echo India 10. Alright, take us to there. From our location. Okay, let me see. From our current position. Let us head on to. Doors closed up. Add a bit of power. And we can head up the coast here now. From Spanish Point up to Spanish Point. What's the widget lower right corner? It's called the wheel. Alright lads, we're on our way. Now we need to be careful with our flying. Don't go too fast. Don't bin it. So we're going to head up to Spanish Point. It's a little bit closer than Shannon. Easy now. Okay, so we're picking up a nice bit of speed. Bit of trim as we're doing this. Alrighty. Look at that! That is absolutely deadly, isn't it? Stewie Griffin voice. The wheel. Say wheel. Wheel. Mrs. TPHI upside down in a chopper? Don't encourage her. She'll do it, you know she will. Alright. You know she will. Alright, lads, we're looking good. Patty Burger, yes. Yes, this is Flight Sim 2024. Oh, this is awesome. We got so many people out here flying with us. This is deadly. Alright, we're moving-ish. We can probably squeeze a little bit more out of this. We'll get closer to land and then fly up the coast. Two dogs! Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Man, I'm so happy this is working with the Alouette now. This is fantastic news. Freaking awesome. Hey, Cracker, good to see you. The noise of that MH60 and the size of it. It's just class. Right, we're heading back. Let us see what happens as we try to remain silent and not worry. We're on our way. The weather changes again, just as it does in real world stuff, you know, jeez. Man, look at that sight. Eamon 1973 says your AB6 has just arrived. Happy days, Eamon. If you need any profiles for a 172, let me know. Oh man alive, to see so many Alouettes. Man, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, keep her going. Mudley, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So we're heading up here towards Spanish Point. Our speed is fairly rocking here, like we're, you know what I mean? We won't get an awful lot more out of it. That's correct, Locus. We're going to fly up the coast a little bit. Because we have some very nice scenery along the way. How's the Twilight Zone? Eddie, it's Tuesday at 1:30 Wednesday. That's kind of where we're at now, you know. At 11 minutes past 27 o'clock. Huh? You know. Easy now. The last time I flew the Alouette in the west of Ireland, I was in VR on the rig, right? On my Duff Reality motion rig. And I gave it absolute friggin' socks. I was landing on the top of the cliffs, take off straight down the cliffs, about 150-foot drop, immediately pull back up again, circle around, and then land as quickly as possible. I did it about 6 times, and then I felt dramatically and uncontrollably, violently not well. I wanted to vomit. I didn't now, but Jesus, you know. Gregor, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard, west of Ireland. Mike, good to see you. Happy Christmas, man. Hope you are well. Man, this is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So we're kind of making landfall here now, and then it's turning to, well, kind of to the north, up where Wayland is. So we can probably start gaining a bit of altitude. That's deadly looking, isn't it? I love that. Multiple Alouettes. Did you ever go and look for any of your coast watching service huts? Did I? I think I did. I did. I did that back in November. Easy now. Right, we're coming up to Dune Beg. Donald Trump owns this neck of the woods. The golf course and the hotel and all the jazz, you know. Which is very nice. Sky Vagrant, yes it does. It's all working perfectly. Jaunty Alouettes, they're deadly, aren't they? It's just class looking, man. You gotta love the choppers. We're flying choppers tomorrow night as well. Kelly Smith, good to see you. Hello from Tipperary. Yeah, so they call this the Wild Atlantic Way. It's a beautiful drive. So Doonbeg is just up the road here. But we're going to kind of handrail the coast heading up the way. In actual fact, there's one of these World War II spot locations up the road here. I can't remember the number, 40 odd I think. Why is it called Spanish Point? The Spanish Armada landed up here. So Ireland, Jesus, for hundreds of years, it was either seeking or it was being invaded. Either seeking invasion or being invaded, right? The French and the Spanish were helping us out back in the kind of, you know, 1790s, give or take, which was leading up to the 1798 rebellion. Now, the Spanish Armada was a different kettle of fish, so... The Spanish Armada was wrecked along the west coast of Ireland by storms dating back to 1588. You know, right, 1588, and they actually have parts of the ships still there. Like they have anchors and all this kind of stuff, right? Deaths of thousands of sailors, many survivors executed by the English forces who feared rebellion, though some Irish chieftains offered aid, and a famous account by Captain Francesco de Cuellar, I think it's Cuellar, details his harrowing escape with the help from locals forming the basis of the Alouette Trail as a historical route exploring these events in County Sligo and beyond. Very interesting. It's Finca, so it's from, it's called The Wheel, or just exclamation point Wheel. Rambog Mord made it, and it's brilliant. What was Ireland like in 1790, Murph? You'd have to ask Muse fan, he was there. But it was turbulent. I mean, there was rebellion happening, or trying at least. You know, there was all sorts. All sorts. But yeah, the Spanish Armada, very interesting. Very interesting. But other Spanish ships, and of course then you have the French ships, they all made various landings along the west coast. But Spanish Point in particular, because a terrible storm came in and it took out the Spanish Armada. Do you know? So, Dune Beg just behind us. There's a golf course there, and as I say, you have Trump's Hotel and all that jazz. So Spanish Point, a little bit up the road here. There's a lovely hotel up here called the Armada, funny enough. Myself and Mr. Two-Tone, we're actually there on our honeymoon. And it's a lovely hotel. And when you come out the back of the hotel, there's cliffs. And you can go down, you can walk down the cliffs. And you'll see all the, like, the jagged rocks. It's unbelievable. Where's it now? Armada Hotel. Like, this to give you an idea, this is literally out the back door of the hotel. That's your view, look. Right? It's gorgeous. So, if we have a look at, I don't know. Flying tonight, 12 months. Cheers, buddy. Where is it now? Do they have, like, a gallery? They kind of do. I need to be careful here we don't crash. Easy now. Don't hurt our passengers. But yeah, the hotel is lovely. Mucho pricey, but it's nice. It's very, very nice. And they're good food and all the jazz as well. That's it there. That's the beach at the back of it. Which is lovely.
Weed 080 at 7 knots.
What? Is she giving out to me? Oh, Jesus. We're okay, lads. We're all right. Keep her going. Say nothing to no one. Right, ease off the power a little bit. Easy now. And this will record the flight complete when we shut down the engine. Easy. Easy. All right. Take a fierce handy now. Sky Parent, good to see you, buddy. Is that where Mr. Two-Tone thought I've made a terrible mistake and tried to push me over it? No backsies. Easy now. So here's Spanish Point. That's where the Armada is. And we have a tiny little airfield just up here. Very happy Christmas, Sky Perrin. And to you, mate. Alrighty then. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Take it nice and handy. What time is it? Live time? It's at 17:25. But we brought the old time of day back a bit in the sim. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there should be a helipad on this bit of scenery. There's also a gazelle on the way from flying side. Easy now. Easy now. There's a helipad, but it's occupied. Yup, you devil. Who's on me parking spot? There's a few on me parking spot. Right, let's not go for the helipad. We'll go over here, look. Easy. 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 Alright, let's see, can we gently put this down? Mind the wind. Easy. Easy. Alright, 12 feet a minute, we'll take that. Parking brake engaged. And let me see what we're going to do here. We're good up here, we're good down there. So it's going to be fuel valve, fuel flow, and power coming down. Piston pump is already off. Fuel valve out. Okay, OnAir is happy with it. It's telling me all sorts of here in the distance. Your flight has been monitored by OnAir. Let's see. Let's see. Huzzah! Brilliant. Successful flight. So what do we have? Sea rescue, we got that. Reputation, we got that. And our impact. Comfort bonus obtained. Safety bonus. Aircraft handling. Crosswind landing. Short runway. And flight score. Oh, we got a lot of bonuses there, lads. So let's have a look at our flight record. We got 100%. That's awesome. So we departed out of Shannon, flew across. We went out by Kilkee. This is Kilkee, right? From Kilkee, we kind of rambled this way. And because I knew the wind was blowing from, you know, the east to the west, hence I said, right, we'll go south a little bit. And then, you know, that was my plan. Once we kind of headed down to south, we identified the, you know, the stricken vessel straight away. Hovered in, picked up our passengers. And then we headed up to Spanish Point, heading back up this way. And there's Dune Beg here. So, a most successful flight, lads. Most successful. So in reality, I mean, you know, you go back to when the Irish Air Corps did these sort of missions, in particular with the Alouette. Stop the L rotors. It depends on the aircraft and what they were doing. It's, you know, they could operate out this far. Usually they'd send the Dauphins out this neck of the woods if they're doing the west coast, right? Yeah, flying tonight, kind of nuts, isn't it? There's cows roaming over here. Look out for those cows, Colonel Fork. They seem friendly, but they're not. You know, the bovine madness. All right, that was a successful mission. So we can go back into OnAir now and request a new mission, right? From our current location, right? From our current location. So if we go back here, we're going to OK all of this. We've been added stats. We've been given some monies for it, right? Brilliant. Let's go into our dashboard now and see what sort of flights we have available. We can do a return to base. That'll be a standard thing to do, right? We ended up in Spanish Point, and now we have to head back to Shannon. Or we can look for another mission while we're here, right? So let's have a look. There's a couple of missions available. So from Spanish Point, one of them, that's an incident location. What's this now? One passenger to be rescued. It's a road rescue mission, right? There is one back in the estuary. This could be interesting. So if we were to look at this, no. What was the distance? 37? 3 passengers. And this one is a sea rescue mission needing a search. So this is right in the Shannon estuary, just outside of Ohanish Illumina. Which, to be honest, if you were going to have a sea rescue, you wouldn't want it there, because if that thing ever... Anyway, that's a different discussion. But this is going to bring us back in, so it looks like we can do a quick mission coming back the way, right? The highwayman, good to see you. Critical out of T error. Jesus. Alright, I think we're going to take this one on, lads. We're going to get 1,500 quid for it, and it's pretty much on our way back. So we're going to go from Spanish Point over kind of near Ennis neck of the woods, I suppose. Oh, there's Ennis. We'll head around this way. And here's one for our planning. So, Ohanish Alumina. There's a site in Ireland and there's somewhere else in Africa, but it's whatever chemical that they make to produce aluminium, right? And right next door, this is Foynes. The townland right beside Ohanish is Foynes. And what's pretty cool about Foynes is home of the Flying Boat Museum. And if you look carefully even on this map, you can actually see, they've blurred it out, but that's actually the tailplane of a hand-built replica of a Boeing Clipper. The only one, I think, of its like in the world, or at least it was. But the museum here at Foynes, it's also the home of Irish coffee. And Ireland famous for other things such as Shannon Airport, the first airport to offer duty-free. Yes, you're welcome. So all that is here. Foynes was once the epicenter of travel back in the day because you had Pan Am flying in the Clippers. That was like the most luxurious transatlantic travel you could do. You can go by ship, it'll take you a couple days. You go by plane, that was 17 hours from New York to Foynes. 17 hours. And they used to fly in the 314, the Clippers they called them, right? Boeing 314. So back in like the late 20s, early 30s, Foynes was out the door busy. It was a hub of activity. And, you know, history changes very, very quickly. Larger aircraft, all that sort of stuff. And you know, the town or the village, it never evolved beyond that. And that's why it's such a nice place to go walking around. So I'll show you. We'll show you the crack here now, lads. Right. So if I do one of these, just to give you an idea of where we're going, right? So we'll zoom in down here to Foynes. So here's the Flying Boat Museum, right? If we click on it, I'll show you some of the pictures. So there's some cool stuff down here, right? That's the hand-built Pan Am Clipper they had, or it's Pan Am, the Yankee Clipper, which is the Boeing 314, right? And that's the original harbour or seaplane harbour with the tower and all this sort of jazz. That's the building that they used, right? And they built it all up, and you know it's pretty cool. It's awesome. I mean, it's full scale so far as the interior of the aircraft and all the different stations, the seating, the lighting, right? And it was a flying boat. You might say that doesn't look like it's a boat. I mean, that's what these aircraft were. They were flying boats, right? But you can see like the engineer station, radio operator, navigator, right? That's what we can see. So that's her tail. Then across the way, that's the old railway station, right? Some pictures, of course, of the 314. It's a replica. Maureen O'Hara, of course, very famous from down this neck of the woods, right? And they have, like, kind of, you know, what things were like back in the day down at the port itself, Foynes Port, which was mad, right? Bauxite, I think it's called, yes. The ore is used in making aluminium. That's the one. You were learning about it last week in chemical. There you go. Nice. Do they sell Toblerone? I think they do. But it's class, man. So if I were to show you... the Maureen O'Hara stuff is very popular here. Amongst others. She married a pilot who was a Clipper pilot. He actually flew Clippers, right? And as I said, it was also the birthplace of Irish coffee. Kind of mad, lads, isn't it? But it's a great little museum, very interesting to go to. But you can kind of see the layout of the land. This is how it is today. Like, it hadn't really evolved from the 1930s, right? Which is just class when you think about it. Like, if we were to go into Street View, just to give you an idea of the village, right? So there's the railway station. We'll zoom in here with the little man, and we'll go walking around. So up this way, right? This is looking down, obviously, towards the harbour and the quay wall. Now, the Clipper couldn't get in that close. The Clipper had to go out a little bit, you see, and they ferried the people in. But as you come down, that's into the harbour itself, right? And as we come down to here, that's the original building. Like the control tower, all the jazz. That's the back of the Clipper. There's a bread man delivering bread. Directly across the road you have the train station where the bus is. Right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a lovely drive out here as well. Oh, jeez, the drive is fantastic. And you can go to Glyn, right? You have to drive through Glyn. And Wood Hill it's called, right? And they do the best. Hang on now, Big Al. The garage in Wood Hill do the best sausage rolls you'll ever have in your life, ever in the history of all things that are sausage rolls. They are absolutely deadly. But here's the little health centre, and there's a pub here, and there's a shop down the road, and like it just has not evolved from the 1930s. Isn't it mad? So this is Foynes in the county of Clare. Or Limerick, sorry. It's right in the border. Mad, isn't it? Boston Elf, good to see you. Yeah, Wood Hill, fierce stiff place. I'll show you now, right? So if we were driving, here's Ahalis right? And that's the colour. That right? It friggin' nuts. But anyway, let me see. Oh no, not Wood Hill. It's Log Hill. It's two things. It's the far side of Foynes. Here's Log Hill. Where's the garage? Where's the garage at Log Hill? Was it not out the road on the right? Hang on. We'll find it. Is that it? Zoom in there with the little man. No, that's the fireplace place. The fireplace place. The shop. Where was the shop? They do the finest of all sausage rolls in the land. Where is the shagging thing? It was on the way in, wasn't it? Or was it on the way out? I thought it was closer to Glyn. Man. Hang on, let me come out this road now. I'm trying to remember this place because I'm telling you, lads. Maybe it was past Log Hill. Log Hill, Glyn. Oh, wait now. Right, come in by Healy's. Is that the devil there? I think this is it. It is! Adams of Glyn. Jesus, I'm telling you, the best sausage rolls on the island of Ireland from their deli. I'm just saying, they are absolutely deadly. They're lovely. Now, Glyn is terribly interesting as well, and it's only like 20 minutes out the road. Old Glyn Castle, right? The history out this neck of the woods, lads, is ridiculous, right? So you'll see, yeah, look, Norman style design and all the jazz, and it used to be over the river. But you see, what this was protecting was obviously the newer Glyn Castle, which is this fella, right? Which is lovely. Hey, Sir Camsalot, good to see you, buddy. So that's Glyn. But further out the road, there's a mad place. There's Tarbert. Where was this now? Here we go. Carrigafoyle Castle. This place is only brilliant, and it witnessed some serious shooting and, you know, battles and all the jazz. Look at, and that's exactly how it is today. You can go out there and walk into that castle. In actual fact, you can walk into the castle and go up as, you know, as high as you can. You know. No, No. Greg's learned sausage rolls from Adams of Glyn, right? But yeah, like the story here, they have it here, look. The local chief, Conor Leith O'Connor, he built Carrigafoyle Castle before 1500 to profit from shipping supplying the port of Limerick. From a landing stage within the moat was like the fort, his men sailed out to board the vessels and demand a percentage of the value of the cargo before allowing them to sail upstream. So basically they said, right, we're building a castle and any ship coming into the estuary, we're going to board it and demand... They were a bit like the Ferengi. But anyway, the siege of Carrigafoyle was a key event in the bitter and bloody Second Desmond Rebellion against English rule under Queen Elizabeth I. It was led by the Pope. Catholic Europe rallied to the rebels' cause, and in 1579 a force of 100 Irish, Spanish and Italian soldiers landed near Dingle. 16 Spaniards joined the rebels who held Carrigafoyle Castle until defeated after a 3-day siege in 1580. The rebellion flared into a widespread guerrilla war, and peace only returned to Munster, however briefly, in 1583. Right? And it was from that battle... and as I said, you can get into the castle and walk around. Like it's open to the public. There's no charge or nothing. You just walk in, right? It's in the middle of nowhere. But you see where the big gaping hole is blown out of the side of the castle? It was from that battle. And that was from a ship. Out in the bay. Grape shot. It's mad, isn't it? But yeah, it's lovely. Like, people go camping, you often see them down that neck of the woods, you know? Yeah, friendly move. A great bunch of lads. I also need to learn sausage rolls, I'm telling you. Yeah, Dominic West lives out that way. He does, actually, yeah. But yeah, pretty cool. That's all out that neck of the woods. So if you're ever over this neck of the woods, and I'm thinking Shannon, we'll have to do something in Shannon, because you have the Shannon Airport, then you have the Shannon Aviation Museum, which is absolutely brilliant, because they have a ton of the Irish Air Corps stuff out here. Do you know? And to have one of those. I know you can name them. And engines and all sorts. Some machine, isn't it? Buccaneer, Man Malky. I'd like to say that's off a 146 or something similar. Or maybe an F-28. I'm not quite sure what it is, actually. I need to check on that. The back of a Vampire, it looks like. They have a Fuga Magister from the Air Corps, they have a Marchetti, they have a Cessna, they have a lot of stuff from the Air Corps. Lots of stuff from the Air Corps. Yeah, I do. I need to get up there, 100%. I need to get up to the Ulster place. That's 210 of the Irish, formerly of the Irish Air Corps. A Reims rocket, which were built under license from Cessna. They were built in France. Do you know? They have a Spitfire cockpit, right? That's an old rally. A Cicada rally. Or Dare. No, Cicada. What else do they have in here? They have a good bit of stuff in here now. Buccaneer is grand. They got a Lynx. A Lynx was relatively new to them. Right? I want to say... I don't know what that is. It looks like a Vampire, but it isn't. Vampire were twin seat. Fuga. I flew on that when it could fly. That's a Cessna 337. That's the cockpit of one. A 337. Maybe a Venom. Maybe a Venom. Yeah, it's kind of mad. It's a great little museum, and they've a full they have a full 737 down there. Similar. There's the 337 there. Look. Ooh. I have to go down. I haven't been down there in ages. Ages since I've been down there. But it's well worth the journey because you have the Shannon Aviation Museum, you have Shannon Airport, which is great. I think there's another museum up here somewhere. The Transport Museum. Somewhere up this neck of the woods. Then you head out to Foynes, right? And then of course Dromoland Castle, Isn't that where Had the Ball got married? Do you know, years and years and years ago, before this reopened back up to the public, right? Me dad, through his rock climbing, got a nixer to clean the windows and do painting at Dromoland Castle. Isn't that hilarious? Because he was the only divil that could work ropes and all this. Now, Dromoland Castle, of course, lads, was modelled on Murph Manor. You know, it's in fact, it's uncanny how close it is. Isn't it a lovely spot? Very fancy place to stay. You know, if you've a good liver or a kidney, you'll probably afford one night, you know, maybe two. It's awfully, awfully. You need to narrow that down, right? JD Gaming, good to see you. Oh, dude, I've so many favourite planes. It's alarming, you know. I don't even know what that is. This is this lovely bar. This is the sort of place now, you know, that the chefs would prepare food that you just wouldn't have a clue what it is. But it looks, I'm sure it's lovely, you know. But yeah, that's Dromoland Castle. Now, why are we looking at Dromoland Castle? Dromoland Castle, as you could have imagined, is a visual reference point outside of Shannon, you see? So anyway, that's all our exploring. So we're going to take on this mission that's going to bring us back into the Shannon estuary. Let's take on the job and let's see what happens. So Shannon to Shannon, yes. Oh no, hang on. It wants us back at Spanish Point. Interesting. So before we go any further, time in the sim is 15:47, right? Alright, call this one 80% fuel. We burned very little of it, so we might have to adjust it. Let's call it 70%. Validate the fuel. Now UTC offset, we're going to go 1547. Let's just double check that's what I was messing with. Yeah. Fly now. Doesn't like our fuel. Sim. So we need 70%. So we'll go into the sim and sort that issue. Load the aircraft. And if we check with OnAir now, that's not OnAir. Check with OnAir. Yeah, she's happy. So we're going to fly straight back out. Ohanish Illumina is going to be our visual reference point, right? We'll see that from the air. And we're going to head out that way now. So we're going to start tracking. What server? Plan Guy, we're on the Southeast Asian server. Riot. Let's see what happens. Love to visit all these places one day. Yeah, like, we'll probably... I'm thinking of doing an event maybe next year in Shannon. I'll see, because, like, Dublin is great because you have the Dublin meetup, right? And, like, you have the population. But I'd love to do something down Shannon neck of the woods, you know? Anyway, generator off for engine start. Open the fuel valve. Booster on. Starter. Engage. Uh-oh. Did I kill the bat? Oh, I'm after flattening the battery. Right. Let's not get bogged down with, you know... We'll fix it. We fixed it. Starter. Start. Chinese takeaway update. It has arrived and it's delicious. Ooh. Nice. Rotor brake off. Wait for about 20%. OnAir's telling us start the go to the thing. 10%. Starter disengaged. Fuel flow. Here's the power. We have rotation of rotor. Alright. Generator. Alright. We're looking good. Left, right. We're pretty much lift off, straight ahead. That's where we're heading, right? So let's see what happens here. So we'll do one of these. And we'll do one of those. Alright. And let's start adding in some collective. Go handy on our anti-torque, just to keep us straight. Oopsie daisy. Kicking up some dust. Good. Bit more oomph. Alright. That was an inverted helicopter. It's got to be Mrs. GPHI, right? I mean, it's got to be. Alright. Malky, enjoy it, buddy. Alright, speed coming up nicely. The sun is starting to set. The weather, thankfully, has seems to have improved a little bit. Nice rate of climb. We're looking good, lads. Heck yeah. Alright. Man, look at that sunset. Ireland, look at this state here. Right. We want to control trims and all the jazz here. So, let me see. We're climbing nicely. Coming up on 1,000 feet. And yeah, lads, we're looking pretty good. It's looking terribly good, so it is. We'll do one of those to celebrate. Admittedly idle. Sure, Clancy is flying upside down. Look at that view, lads. We might find this a challenge. A lot of mist coming in. Well, buckle up, batten down the hatches and wear extra layers, man. Man, that looks so good. I don't believe it. You're serious, Colonel Ford? Jesus. Look at that. Oh, look at it. Oh, behave. Naughty gnome in the house. Thank you very much indeed for the bits, sir. Hope you're well. Loving the new throttle gadget thingamajig you got with the beneath the engine start valve and the... Aye. Bossman Gaming, welcome in, buddy. Happy Christmas. Jesus, they're almost information. They are information. Look at that. Platsky and Sierra Alpha. Look at this stadium. With Kilburn and Pyro as well. Brilliant. Ah, yous are only brilliant, lads. Absolutely brilliant. Colonel Fork says, only supposed to work past Monday and Tuesday before Christmas, but only ended up working Monday. Ah. The KUs, yeah, it's gorgeous, man. D2. Asher, the owl diddly idol, you know. Cheers from Canada. Greetings from Ireland, my guy. Hope you're well. Right, we're a little high. Easy now, Jemima.
You need to be under 2,000 feet above ground level to locate the incident.
We need to get 2,000 feet above ground level, so yeah, we're quite high. So we want to be careful here as we descend on in. T. Martin Yeet, that's a great name over there. Right, there is the Shannon estuary ahead of us. We're going to keep going until we'll see Ohanish Illumina. I did Naughty Gnome, I really did. It's so weird, like, it's, as I was saying, like, it's the first year in 20 years I haven't been working for the man.
You need to be under 2,000 feet
Mad,
above ground
right?
level to locate the incident.
So that meant I had a lovely Christmas. You know, didn't stream Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Just spent time with family and just chilling out, eating way too much food and not giving too much worry about it. I'll worry about that next week, do you know. But I didn't get much time in the sim. It's just been like sitting by the fire and just chilling. It's been nice though, man. Real nice. But loving jumping back into the sim though. I mean, the chase plane, you know, flow, the aircraft updates that we've seen. The updates still coming out from OnAir and from Say Intentions. It's just, what a time to be simming, right? Colonel Fork holding back in the 738, flying the 737 in 2020 last night isn't making it easy, no. I saw the pictures, man. Poseidon livery, right? Gorgeous. Hey, Command Rex! That is crackers. Really glad it was good. I did much the same. Done one flight so far, right? I was watching your stream the other day, Naughty. Man, like, I'm gonna fly the 738 on Thursday. And I'm waiting on a gadget to come in from Wind Control. It won't be here for like a while, but it's the MCP, and I love your setup. I'm probably gonna, you know, I'd cockpit envy, right? Don't take that out of context, but I'm going to change me kind of setup here in front of me a little bit because I want that MCP in there. So I'm thinking MCP, Stream Decks, and possibly the Xenon brought over, possibly. Jesus, this is going to be hard to spot now, lads. I'm just saying, it's terribly foggy. Now, our altitude is down a good bit. Got to watch our speed here as well. Adding in a small bit of trim. And same crack, we're going to have to do some sort of a search pattern here. Assuming, of course, the wind is still coming in from the east. Let's have a look. Yeah. It's coming in from 090. I'll have to get used now with wind control. Just order some gear for them. Nice. So let's head out to the west a little bit and work our way up, right? And this is going to be even more difficult because, you know, Seafront Simulations are providing all the other vessels here. So we need to find our damsel in distress, as it were. You know? Now, as we're flying, trying to find visual reference points at this time of day with this weather. I mean, I know where I am. That is Aughanish over there. You can see it from the factory. You just can't see that orange kind of terrain nearly because, you know, we're flying in the golden hour, right? Man, that looks good. That looks savage, doesn't it? Absolutely gorgeous here, man. Gorgeous. All right. We'll stay true to this. We're going to head up towards Shannon Airport itself. But we might head down as far as Foynes. Because we're kind of within the search pattern, right? Xenon working well. Cockpit is getting there for sure. Been writing some custom web pages for the Xenon. So here's a you know, a tip if you want one naughty, right? When you use the Xenon, it's probably displaying your taskbar, right? So you can automatically hide the taskbar just on that Xenon screen. So if you go into your Windows options in your display options or taskbar settings and hide it just on the Xenon, it means then you get more screen, if that makes sense. Carnival is right over it. Nice. Kaharia is here, the lovely Kaharia. Welcome in, Mrs. A very happy Christmas to you. Hope you're well. Thank you so much indeed for the raid. Hope you had an awesome stream. 2 blinder flying. And a resub from Kaharia as well. Tier 2 for 57 months. Kaharia, thank you so very, very much indeed. Great to see you. Surly Dev is here. Good to see you. Right, so there's Aughanish. You can kind of see it there now from the state of the old terrain look. It's orange look. Kind of, sort of. You know. We flew to Vegas but can't tell you about it. Of course, what happens in Vegas goes on the internet. Brilliant. Time flies away, it really does. 57 months. Janie. Kahari, I hope you had a lovely Christmas. Now, I'm going off the beaten track, even though we're trying to rescue people, right? But we're going to fly in over Foynes here. This is terribly pretty. Easy now. So we're very much kind of search and rescue mode, you know. Everything has to be search and rescue mode. It's terribly important. So we have to do one of these. In a world, one man in a 60-year-old French helicopter will attempt to find the survivors of a stricken vessel as they fly over Foynes. Fine looking Foynes. We will turn our way towards Shannon Airport. He actually had a really nice thing in say intentions. Unidentified aircraft crossing into military airspace. What? Really? That's awesome. Alright. So the last known reported position of the vessel, dead ahead, 2 miles. You get called out in say intentions. That's awesome. Aussie Mandy is good to see you. Alright lads, keep your eyes open. many ships here. Which one is ours? You live in the town next to Vegas. What happens in Vegas is pretty much done after a nice lunch. Right, watch your speed. Easy now. So there's Ahanish. See what I mean with the colours, look? Now we look. Now the thing with this is there's a load of little islands here, so is it possible they can get to an island? Look at the state of that view, look. With all you lot behind me. Ah, brilliant. Heisenberg, Pyro, your mama. Alright.
You found the location. Land as near as possible in the delimited area.
We found them somewhere. According to my map, it's on our right side. They must have drifted into land. Alright. So OnAir is telling me they've spotted them. They know exactly where they are, so we're going to fly straight towards their location. And it's telling us to land close nearby. Let's get ourselves ready. Opens the door. Over this way a little bit. Alright. Easy now. I don't see him. Oh wait, I see him. I see a boat. I see the boat. It's on our 12 o'clock. About a mile. Don't hit the tree on the way in, you muppet. Alright, easy now. We're also in the Firefly Hub in Lake Tahoe. Nice. Alright, easy now. Drop the speed. And we'll try and hover into location here. Easy. Easy. Mr. Man. Oh, camera having great crack with me there, look. Jesus.
Passengers boarding has started.
Easy now. Easy. Get us in a little bit closer. They've already started loading them, so that's a good sign. With OnAir, as I said, you just have to remain...
Passengers boarding has started.
See the way I kind of stopped it? Easy now. Hey, fella, good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. Easy. 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 $40 seconds. That's mad looking. Ten seconds.
Boarding finished. Take off and fly to any airport.
Boarding complete. Where's my door handle? Oh no! Get in there quick. Right. Head down the airport. Let's go back to Shannon, lads. Alright. Alright. Back to Shannon we go. Easy now. Back up the S3. And well, let's see how we get on with this. Look at the amount of people. That's awesome. The noise of that thing. Jesus. Isn't it? How do you position the aircraft? The keyboard shortcut, I forget. What do you mean position the aircraft? Ooh, careful. We'll gain a little bit of altitude here. What do you mean by position the aircraft, P.S. Mirandai? Slew mode. I don't think it... For me, it's Y, but that could be a different button for someone else. Alright, we can see poppy lights there in the distance. Easy now. Jesus, look at that, lads. Right, let's straighten up here a little bit. Gently does it. There we go. That looks better. Right. We're returning to base. I mean, doesn't it look absolutely brilliant? This sim, man. I mean, Jesus. Savage. Ivan, many happy returns, bud. Happy Christmas. Right, we'll drop her down over here. Easy now, Jemima. Easy. Easy. We're a little high. Speed's coming down. Get our altitude down next. Also for these missions, you're timed on the overall mission, you're timed on locating them, you're timed on loading them, and then you're timed on getting them to safety. And if you exceed any of those times, mission failure. So you're fighting the clock completely on this. Not to mention the aircraft, the weather, and also how you're flying, do you know? Alright, altitude is dropping. We went very high. It's easier to glide into position than it is just kind of, you know, hover. So we'll do one of these. Easy. Easy. Alrighty. We'll aim for the yellow box. Easy now. Vortex ring state, it just destroys you. Easy. Kicking up some dust. 106, we'll take it. Little bit of a bounce. Riot. Park and brake locked in. View reset. We'll come on down here and we'll go fuel flow coming off. And we'll go fuel valve off. One up on top. Generator, landing light, battery off. Alright. How cool is that? Okay. Let's have a look. On air. We have successfully completed the mission. Let's have a look. Sea rescue mission needing a search. Yes. Reputation increase for 20 miles. Brilliant. Comfort bonus attained. Safety got. Aircraft got. Crosswind got. IMC we got. And a flight bonus. We got some great points there. Did we get full marks? I don't think so. 97.5. It was the bounce, I'd say. G-force. A little bit hard on our landing. Interesting. So vertical speed wasn't bad, but we did hit kind of heavy. So yeah, that wasn't bad though. That wasn't bad at all. So we went from Spanish Point all the way down. We did a bit of a detour around the back of Foynes, and as we were flying up, we found them in here. They had drifted into a little causeway here. Then we picked them up and got them back to the airport here in Shannon. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Like, it's so very cool. So let's okay that. We also got some money for that as well. Sweet. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So 3,500 credits just on those 2 flights. That's fantastic stuff. So sat on the ground here back at Shannon. Plenty of choppers here. Look at this. Man, that the H160 is good. It's an awesome chopper. It just needs an update. You know what I mean? It just needs an update. But right, lads, that will do it. I'm going to go off and get some dinner now. It was short, sweet, and to the point. Do you know, Murph, I know you spoke about this the other day, but any good info videos on how to set up the Elgato XL? How to set up the Elgato XL? Yeah, Toto, if you check out the video I've done already on the Stream Deck, it's much the same. The XL is just bigger, right? So you can add in multiple options, right? So have a look at that video on YouTube. Hang on, I'll find the link. I'm sure we have a link somewhere. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. Here's him up and talking. Let's copy that. So have a blast at this one, Toto, and let me know how you get on. It's basically just configuring your Stream Deck to work inside the sim, you know what I mean? But it works. It absolutely works. But yeah, lads, that is going to do for this evening's flights. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm definitely doing more of these. As I say, like doing these with On Air or Say Intentions, like these are just incredible ways to really expand your sim. And yeah, we went rotary tonight, but you know, you can do these in fixed wing, airliners. You can do them in anything you want, really. And I gotta say, man, flying the Alouette and seeing now that On Air have it updated, that everything's working the way it should, this is brilliant. It really is. And it's an amazing way to kind of expand your hobby, do you know? It's 5:30 in the morning, Big Al. Listen, just don't sleep. You'd be like, did I sleep last night? You'd be grand, right? But having a look ahead at next week, lads, I posted this out on our YouTube channel as well. So this is what we're at next week. On Monday night, we're doing our Napoleon flight. That's tomorrow night, 2000 Zulu. We're going to be flying in the H125 around Paris. I've mapped out a mad route in Paris. Then on Tuesday daytime, we'll be doing some X-Plane. We're going to take up the old Cessna 172 with On Air. Tuesday night, we're back in Formula 1. We're going to do some racing in Silverstone, Yas Marina, Spa, and Japan, I think, and real damage, all damage, the whole shebang. That's going to be carnage. Wednesday night, we do have a stream. We're streaming the news, but when we're finished, the plan is right on over to Ali, Alison Johnson, and Ali's doing a huge stream on New Year's Eve. I think it's New Year's Eve. So that's the plan there. Thursday daytime, we're going to continue on with our Navigraph Academy. We're going to be doing takeoff, landings, and circuit training. And then Thursday night, we're flying in the PMDG 73. And we're going to be going from Denver over to Las Vegas on the VATSIM network. And then on Friday night, we're off to Scotland as we take the Inibill's F406 for some Coast Guard operations. We're going to be flying from Edinburgh up to Aberdeen, Inverness, Kirkwall, Sumbra. We're heading up on a pretty cool route, which is on next Friday night. Looking forward to that one. So that is our planation for the week. You'll find the schedule on Discord, and you'll also find it on YouTube as well. If you just click over to where it says posts or community. You'll see what the story is there. But lads, thank you also very much indeed for tuning in, for all the raids we got today, all the likes and buttons pressed on YouTube. Really appreciate it, lads. And we'll catch you tomorrow at 2000 Zulu time. Jesus, Knievel, thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much for the bits. Cheers, buddy. Right, until then, have a lovely evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow from 2000 Zulu time. Till then, you take care. It's usually the best. It's the best way to do things. You know what I mean? Usually the best way to do things is, no matter what sort of a day you're having, just come in and just have a bit of a slag with me, you know? Oh! Oh, me knee! Oh! 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 Hang on! I'm after bashing me knee! Into beta, reversers, flaps in. Get out of beta. Get out of the beta. Ah! That's weird, the throttle doesn't move.
Hey, good morning.
Jerry Coogan, many thanks for the follow. Hang on, we need to get out of beta. No, that's backwards, Murph. Uh-oh. Get out of... Oh, we nearly tipped it over, lads. You see it? Jesus. Why won't you get out of beta, you devil? My controls are no longer agreeing with me. Right. What's it doing now? Not as beta. Stupid thing. Stop reversing. Ah, you need to go forwards. I rarely use this word when it comes to flight sim add-ons. I reserve it only for the special kind. But like, there's no point saying anything other than, this is shite. It's shite. Like, for a warbird, it's one of the finest warbirds ever released in Microsoft Flight Simulator, considering you have the excellent work of Flying Iron. This thing, because of the extra features, because of the Jesus, because of the optimization, because of how well it looks and sounds, even flying this thing gives you an experience you probably haven't got already in the sim when it comes to flying a Warbird. It feels heavy. It feels cumbersome. It behaves different.